Because of this ongoing tension, fights often broke out between British soldiers and the colonists. On March 5, 1770, a group of sailors threw snowballs and snicks at a group of British soldiers, and things got crazy. A rock was thrown, the British felt threatened, they fired into the crowd. When it was over, 5 colonists were dead. This incident was called the Boston Massacre. The British officers involved were arrested for murder. The officers pleaded self-defense, and the jury agreed. After the Boston Massacre, British Parliament repealed all taxes except one on tea. The colonists breathed a sigh of relief. Most merchants lifted the ban on British goods, but colonial leaders were still unhappy with the way the British were treating the colonists. They did not believe the British Parliament had the colonists' best interest at heart. As frustration with the British grew, the colonists needed a way to express frustration to each other. During the colonial time, it was difficult to travel, so instead, colonists wrote each other letters. These letters were passed from person to person, with people adding comments and responses. It wasn't the quickest way, but it worked. These committees of correspondence sprang up in Massachusetts colony, but pretty soon similar committees were formed in the other colonies. These groups began corresponding with each other. Each time these committees criticized British policies, they were breaking the law. In the 1700s, under British law, it was illegal to criticize the government, even if the criticisms were true. After that time, the colonists developed a tradition of freely criticizing the government. By communicating with each other, the colonists an opportunity to discuss issues and formulate a plan of action should one be needed, and it gave colonial leaders a sense of unity and reinforced their belief in their right to free speech and the right to gather.